that LGD are just gonna go and find themselves with a big lead early, play that aggression like they did in the last game, and I don't think there's really a way that LGD gets stopped here. I think they're one of the top teams in this region. And they're showing it, really precisely. First game was a bit rough in the early parts. I think LBZS did a really good job with that, but LGD overcame it and showed why they're considered one of the very much. Nomad now back with another one between LGD and LBZS. It is definitely looking like it could be a struggle for LBZS. I've been impressed with their laning phase like we kind of talked about just now. The question is putting all the pieces together. Can they do that?
Yeah,
can they overcome this?
Can they once again get out of the laning stage, and how much of that pressure they can transition into the mid game? But I'll quote one of the best analysts out there that we have: when it's an Alchemist game, it's an Alchemist game. If you don't know who said that, it's Cinderin, and he knows a lot of stuff, you know. Sometimes he has one of those hidden gems, especially about the Alchemist. So they have the attack speed against the egg. They have 2 saving supports, so not enough aggression from LGD early on, I would say. Like, these heroes need levels to make the move. Alchemist, definitely not a hero that goes around and does stuff. Beastmaster needs his level 6. Same goes for 2 supports. So what the LGD wants to do is just make some stacks, farm up, and you know, play like a 15 to 20 minute game. Try to go as a team, while LBZS, they are much better at making stuff happen. You have this Spirit Breaker, you have Phoenix and Puck. These heroes want to be aggressive early on.
I'm doing some damage here to Irving. Had that Q pop. His attack speed a little bit slower, but Irving's here. He got Fire Spirits on, and now he has nothing to give back. The charge is coming out. Damage, proccing the Jingu. Needs one more shot. Is the charge going to be in time? No. First blood for Ame, and then the charge comes in. Just a little bit late. And, well, LGD take first. But speaking about the supports of LGD, we used to see Orchids early on the 4-position Winter Wyvern. Is it still something that we'll see here? You know, go for that Orchid, maybe like Orchid or Blink Dagger or something, find a position and get a
possibly, depending how much farm he can get on Winter Wyvern. Witchblade is extremely strong. Combine that with 50 damage on level 10. Winter Wyvern as a hero that, you know, plays top position 4 can really scale, and he can pretty much solo kill any hero.
See how much farm Jingu ends up getting. Fortune's End from Innocence. And MS trying to put some pressure on Faith Beyond. I said it in the last game, usually a player who secures his lane no matter the matchup. And it's something that we've said about a couple of the SEA teams, but it finds itself being, if Faith Beyond has a better game, it feels like LGD as a whole are having better.
Especially in this one, because he needs to be like the playmaking position 3 here, and I think Ame needs to be more active than usual, because Alchemist is your late game security. I want to see what kind of build he decides to go for. Like, Bracer is pretty standard, and I want to see whether it's a Radiance or Battle Fury game. Usually, at least in Europe, it is a Battle Fury game. You rarely see Radiance.
Well, we talked about Ame's build on Monkey King, so if he's going Battle Fury, is it gonna just be...
you can't build Battle Fury here. Like, you need to be more active, get either like a Maelstrom, keep joining the fights, or get Aghanim Scepter straight away, which is also a bit of a greedy build. I think you have Alchemist in your team, but it might work.
Okay. So we'll see how the builds go.
Exactly. I mean, depending how much can he get out of the lane.
12-1 for the Outkickers. Dive away from Irving, who had given up that first blood. Arctic Burn, and GQ is down here with Ame taking some damage. What does this lane do up against the Monkey King? It's a 3-position Phoenix and a 4 Spirit Breaker.
Good question,
But
B-Cop.
Monkey King's just getting everything
I don't
for it.
think I have the right answer besides I have no clue. Like, I don't think you can kill the Monkey King, especially with the Wyvern. They have much more kill potential. The Wyvern is down here with the Monkey, and on the top lane, Y on Oracle. Yeah, he can purge off the Spirit from Elder Titan, so you're really not gonna see the full potential of the EP in the laning stage. Mid lane going really well for Alchemist as expected. Like, is a hero that almost doesn't have any armor. I think his starting armor is 0 or 1, so sitting in Acid Spray really hurts him.
Yeah, so already it seems like all 3 lanes from LGD are going quite well. The only one that's a little bit of a question mark is Patreon. He's only 12-2. He's having an okay time. This is something we talked about where LBZS, we have pulled from their game so far, has been their laning stage. But we haven't really seen a game where it's kind of fallen flat on the laning stage just yet. So I'm interested to see if that were to occur, how they'd transition and how they're able to kind of change it up from there. They're not having what they want in the early parts of this.
I can only think it's gonna be worse. It's much easier to play Dota when you are ahead. Like, judging from their games, they were pretty much winning, and all the stage ones. MS might be in a bit of trouble top.
Yeah, just going after this one. Innocence wants to try and get the kill here on MS. Almost
He
taking out
wants
the
too much.
courier.
Wants the courier and the troll. Maybe get some hits on the tower.
Make up his time. Holding on to a double damage. Oracle kind of hurts. Again, double damage pretty much exclusively hurts. Maybe not techies with a right click. So far, 27 and 15 for Ame, 29 about to be 30 CS for this Alchemist.
We're coming.
All things running LGD's way as well.
1, 2, 3 bound to
yeah.
get 4 bound to runes with the Alchemist in the...
Interesting attempt from Jinku to get that Splinter Blast off. The chase is on for Irving under the tier 2 tower. Ame coming for the safe lane. Now they've got the Dream Coil. The aggression might hurt them. Sweep on the 2. They made the rotation. They got 4 here. They get the kill on Ame. They look over to Jinku. LGD overplaying their hand. Irving with 1 and Ek the other. That is a massive dive from those heroes.
I did not know Ame is listening to our stream. I said he needs to be more active, but that didn't mean for him to jump the tier 2 tower with Monkey King 5 minutes in.
And that is not normally a spot you'd see a safe laner this early in the game. That's for sure. He's got that Orb of Corrosion. Maybe got a little bit too over his head with that one. Tower responds up top. An Arcane Rune picked up by Innocence. Fully charged that Fortune's End. Throw it over the Spirit Breaker. The Waning Rift coming through from X onto Nothing to Say. Not really stopping this Alchemist just yet. And he does have that Battle Fury queued up for the moment.
Battle Fury just feels like a much better choice. Like, you buy the Max Cosmia, Sacred Relic, and it increases your farms. No, Nothing to Say, doing really good. That's why they picked it. They thought it's gonna be fuck on the mid lane. It is, and he doesn't really feel pressured. Phoenix wants to get that Spirit Festival, of course, against the Alchemist, against Oracle, Winter Wyvern, Monkey King. Like, there's so many heals that can reduce.
And looking for Ame with the charge coming in from Cat U, and Balance Strike in from Ame. And now Innocent's here to help. They've used that Dream Coil that brings 3 heroes over bottom, but it's not going to garner them any results. LGD get away with that one, and they're sitting 1,000 ahead. But again, this is an Alchemist lineup. Ame surviving that, and we thought of him as being pretty much unkillable in the lane. I think the only reason he dies is because he's bought that tier 2 tower at 5 minutes into the game.
Or because they bring 3 or 4 heroes. I think this kind of pressure benefits LG so much. They're not finding any kills. Alchemist is free farming in the jungle, is gonna have that really nice timing on the Battle Fury. There's 1-2 stacks in his triangle, so he's gonna farm that. 3 points in Grievel's Greed is more than enough to get you. So, like, this is the time when Alchemist is really vulnerable, where you wanna go and try to make some pressure on him. But you need Coil, you need Spirit Breaker charge, and you also need to bring one extra hero. But to go back to the Spirit Vessel talk, it's a really, really good item here, because they have tons of heal and the lifesteal. But they also have 2 ways of purging it off. One is Oracle ulti, the second one is Fortune's End, and Alchemist also has one with the Chem.
Over to Ame once again. Goes into the mischief. MS comes over. Boundless Strike thrown to the troll. He'll try to TP out. Oh. Not fortunate enough to get the bash. In my games, it's 100%. In this game, I guess it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Perma bash in my games.
That's what causes me to go the pub 0-10.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
pressure
tower
on the tier 1
is under
tower
attack.
bottom. They'll try to take this tower, make it a little bit more difficult for Ame to find space to farm. Right now, nothing to say about to hit that 6k on the net worth. Getting really close to this battle. And Faith Beyond has seemingly been left in this top lane to do whatever he wants. He's got the Necro 1, he's got the Necro 3 queued up. No boots, just farm. Get those Necro books, or that Necro book upgraded, and take a tier 1 of your own.
Dire's top tower.
But a good job from LBZS. Recognize the pressure, take a tier 1 of their own, and you know, working around the map and try and get what they can. Charge comes down. They've got Axe moving in on Innocent, so try to survive. The sweep lands on York. They'll take out Innocent. Primal Orb is used on Cat U, but they don't have any follow-ups. So after that's over, he'll just TP away. Primal Roar, pretty much wasted.
I talked about how they don't have heroes to actually play Dota with for the first 10 minutes. The one kill they have is the one before the Born, so yeah, kind of hard for LGD to play, but yeah, that's not the game to be active for the first 10 minutes. They just want to keep farming. You have Alchemist, you have Beastmaster. These heroes are really scale. I still don't see an item to pick up on Monkey. There's the Coil. Once again, that spot
has been killed.
for Ame.
That spot is not a livable one right now for Ame. He's got boots, Queen Lace, 700 gold. He's got quite a bit of farm, keeping up with Cat U on the Spirit Breaker. You see the Monkey King now behind Faith Beyond. This game is starting to feel like it's on nothing to say more than Ame, for sure. But it's the nature of an Alchemist lineup.
He has nothing to say. He lets his gameplay do the talk. It's a 10-minute Battle Fury on top of Power Treads and Double Bracer. Like these are some sick timings on it.
Already with the Ogre going into the Sanjin Yasha next, like he's got so much gold. Obviously, that's a statement you say quite often with an out, but he's really doing a good job. This feels like one of the better timing we've seen in the Alchemist. Winter's Curse during the Icarus dive. Charge up Jingu procking Sunray, but not gonna matter. Ame with another kill onto the Phoenix. So both kills for Ame, both kills on the Phoenix. Everybody else so far, LBZS has survived the game up to this point. X, who we thought might struggle against an Alchemist, has put himself in a decent position overall with his net worth.
He's doing okay. I mean, it's still an Alchemist, you can't really keep up with his amount of farm, but
yeah.
the Witchblade is very close.
Like Aether Lens for the Winter Wyvern. You've got the Sanj finished off for out. Nothing to say. Closing in on the X and Y. 737 gold per minute right now for nothing to say up to this point. And then Agnes, he's playing a Sanjin Yasha as well, going into the Ags afterwards. Ags, for the most part, pretty standard item for the troll.
Yeah, these days a lot of good things. The spell from yourself, like Disarm, and you can dispel Monkey King. Alright.
Coil again on the 2 to look for the sweep. The Earthquake coming through. GQ's surviving, puts himself in both race. Paul promised himself on Innocence. Primal Roar now hitting the puck. Did it have the rotation, but this would have the damage. The illusory reward. X on the run. One shot from dead. The tower. Is it enough? Yes, it is. They also killed off Cat Yu. They lose Zhao Fu, and 3 heroes on the side of LBZS bring an MS about face and try to run, but the Primal Spring comes through from Ame with Balance Strike. MS, they'll fight into this. Cox going for the supernova, trying to crack the egg. They'll do so it's 4 heroes head. MS committing to this one, looking for Faith Beyond, but they've got the Jinx Cock, the Wukong still going, and a full team wipe for the side of LGD.
This is rough. Even without them getting those extra kills of LGD, it's still a huge win because Alchemist is just farming. Your Monkey King is also getting back to the game. Winter's Curse.
Now locking up this element once again. Zhao Fu killed off by a balance strike from Ame, who's sitting near the stairs. Pressure will come. They'll go for the tier 1 tower mid.
Dire's middle
LBZS
tower is
already sitting 8,000 net worth behind, just 13.5 minutes into the game.
This is exactly what LGD wanted them to do, because LBZS, they feel like they can make an aggressive move,
Dire's
and
middle tower
LGD
has
will
fallen.
take that anytime, because they have 2 saving supports. They don't have supports that are able to go out of the map and rotate and make aggressive moves, so they are fine with that. Also, the next time they lose 1 or 2 heroes, LGD can easily just transition that with the roach. They have more than enough damage. Inner Beast maxed out, plus a book, Alchemist minus armor coming out from the acid spray, and suddenly it's 8k gold.
And we saw just a glimpse of what they're doing with the Hawk as well. It's getting vision for Ame. He goes in with a balance strike on that pop. Doesn't get the kill, but it is the vision game for LGD that's helping them kind of make these maneuvers.
I like the itemization from Am in this game, where he just wants to get like another defensive tool for himself. Because he is playing aggressive, he wants to jump around, even though they have 2 defensive support. BKB still feels like a very good item here, because Alchemist is the carry here, and you are looking for a timing. So BKB will be done in the next 2 minutes. A lot of farm on the bottom lane for nothing to say.
So far, so good. More than
Radiant
doubling the net
scanning.
worth of the second hero on that list of Ame. So Monkey King's recovered pretty well, and he's going into a BKB of his own. Blade Mail being built now by the Spirit Breaker. who
Radiant's middle
had
tower is
Shadow
under
Blade
attack.
queued up for a majority of it, but now it changes his mind. The Winter Wyvern, but here comes the TP. There's the ult. They take out
Buyback is
JQ very
available if
quick.
needed.
Radiant's middle tower
They
is under
decide to
attack.
go in, maybe
Radiant
another target,
structures are
but the run from
fortified.
LGD is already split, so
Dire's
no
bottom tower
buyback.
is under attack.
For comparison, Alchemist has the same amount of gold as Puck, Phoenix, and Spirit
Radiant's
Breaker
middle tower has fallen.
combined.
That is
Dire's
Alive.
bottom tower is under attack.
Sitting at right now with his GPM. Take a look at his gold per minute, now sitting upwards of 920. So he said it was 737 a moment ago. Now it feels like it's just that much more. Almost in that 1,000 mark. Zhao Fu, Purifying Flames. The best doing when you're an Oracle is getting that kill with the Purifying Flames. They'll use that Primal Roar. Ame goes in and gets the kill and X. Another 2 there for LGD. Mega kill streak
I
for
think it's
Ame.
Roche time. They have more than enough damage. As I said, get 1 or 2 kills straight into Roche pit.
Dire's
Obviously,
middle
has to have
tower
a good
is under
vision.
attack.
So they know something's happening. 2 good wards around the Roche pit. Also Hawk, but I'm not sure if they can contest Phoenix. As these 3 vessel charges, Roshan going down very quickly. Yeah, I don't think they can contest this. Feels like you can, but I'm not going to do those.
Curses used as they try to charge in. That hits the troll as well as the Spirit Breaker. Cat you in trouble. He'll be the first one to fall. He flies back. So this is looking like an all or nothing from LBZS. They've got the Wukong's mana goes the side coming up from the Phoenix to look over Zhao Fu. They'll try to chase onto the Elder Titan as they look and focus on MS as well. Stun Raider trying to keep him alive as well. Supernova. But he's that battle trance. He's looking through the Supernova to end up popping, but it's just not in time. Irving, he ends up dying now. MS with no longer having that battle trance, needs to run. However, we can reinitiate as the stop is really well placed from that Elder Titan. They get the kill in and save River Beat Beyond. Nothing to say. Getting but they get the connect. They look over MS once again, but they thought they jiggle stack. Ame backs off. MS looking towards the north part of this fight as they lose Zhao Fu. That's a third gun. Really a fourth with the Spirit Breaker buying back.
Everything was working out for LGD. ET made probably the best play so far for LBZS team. It was 4-man stomp into the Earth Splitter, but still not enough damage. And Aegis was not taken off from the Alchemist. He is going into AC next. So looking good, really rough for LBZS. 17k gold lead 18 minutes in. You know what I always say, when you have the same amount of gold, 1 gold per minute, and then the game just officially ends. They're very close to that.
They've chased so long for Ame. And they just don't find him. He pops the BKB, get a 3-man balance strike as the chase is on. Katyu gets spotted. Gotta remember, he's not gonna have a second life to buy back with. They've got the Primal Roar coming from the Phoenix. They'll booger Katyu as well. They're going to Irving. They'll also find Katyu. 2 heroes in Portal Burst. That will save Faith Beyond. And there's the Winter's Curse. It locks up X as well as Zhao Fu. Down goes Zhao Fu. MS chasing Faith Beyond. The illusion orb to try and rub it in your troll all alone.
Oh man, for that ulti that would make any difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, 20k gold lead, 19 minutes in. You know, it's the second game, so if they lose, the series just ends. But not sure if they have enough tools to fight back LGD. Phoenix is only level 10. Level 1 Supernova dies. Like, position 5s can actually focus it and it dies. And there's the Hand of Midas queued up by Phoenix.
Dire's middle tower,
you know, it's kind of a griefing item, I would say. Especially if you queued up 20 minutes in.
Trying to maybe have thoughts like, can we take this late? We'll have some farm if we do end up being successful in that endeavor. They front and right in the face of MN. Tries to TP and get the kill onto this Alchemist. Large bar and Katyu take out Jinkyu. Didn't have the Winter's Curse anyway, but he does have buyback. So he can be caught by Ame. They'll look over at Katyu. They'll throw the Junko down to Faith Beyond. So he's out of the fight for the moment. They hit the sweep out of the Oracle.
There's a buyback.
There's the Icarstop as well as the Supernova being used, but the stun is out onto MS. The Supernova is just a little bit too far behind. They'll stack on top of him. Top of it, making sure that they're protected. However, now may not look that great for LBZS, and there's the Winter's Curse. Got the Sunray right on the stack. Irving can look over at the rest as he's trying to run. He'll face it, but I don't know if that's going to keep him alive for that much longer. Hammett goes down to the Zhao Fu. They'll find themselves the puck. They'll take him down. 4 heroes dead inside of LBZS. The buyback coming out from Irving, and now a 22,000 net worth lead for LGD.
LBZS uses 2 big teamfight ultis, ET and Supernova. That doesn't hit anything, so LGD is like, probably a win, you know, try to end this game possibly. There's still 50 seconds left on Aegis. 1 buyback defended for the Viper, and I like how they're cycling their abilities. This is the first Viper he's also putting more points in it, because in control, like you would like to and then Oracle ulti comes on that Ame respawns with the full HP after Oracle ulti while I'm talking some nonsense. Rax is gone.
The Rax is just disintegrate. There's nothing left there in the lane for LBZS. 23,000 net worth. Or nothing to say on this Alchemist. He is so far ahead. And definitely 1,000 GPM. Primal Roar uses Zhao Fu, rock the Jingu, got the damage, he'll get the kill. It's Faith Beyond who gets credit for that one, and now their focus is on the top lane. You've got nothing to say here. Well, really, the entire team here
Radiant's bottom tower
to make sure
Dire's top tower
take these objectives.
Aegis reclaimed, so I don't think that's gonna stop me. There's still 2 BKBs available.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's just the chip damage that the soul does at this point.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower.
Tier 3 tower in the top lane. All 5 heroes ready to come inside of LBZS. They have everything that can consist this time, but whether or not that house is big enough to do the damage. 3-man balance strike coming in from Ame. Really stops them in their tracks for a split second. They've got the Dream that hits on a GQ as well. Nothing to say. They've also got the sweep. Well,
Supernova feels so great on that
Acre side. It's so far for the fight. They get the card to Kaku. They also have the Witcher's Curse. They'll call it GG. MS ends up dying. Jiaofu looking like he's going to be next. It really doesn't matter up to this point. The G's have been called, and the game goes there for LGD as well as the Series a 2-0 victory for LGD.